So in the morning session, we have covered this already. So losses in pre-stress. So I have just classified that based on the procedure, that is during the tensioning process, during the anchoring stage, and losses occurring subsequently. So in losses occurring subsequently, you have loss due to shrinkage, loss due to creep of concrete, loss due to elastic shortening, and loss due to creep of steel, which is also called as relaxation in steel. And then on the basis of the time, that is immediate losses and time dependent losses. Immediately after the tensioning process, the losses that take place are elastic shortening, friction, and anchorage slip. And over the period of time, the losses that takes place are loss due to creep, shrinkage, and relaxation in steel. Okay, so then we have seen the equation for the losses: loss due to friction, then loss due to anchorage slip, delta E into ES upon L, and then loss due to shrinkage, creep, loss due to elastic deformation, and loss due to relaxation. So this we have already seen. So now let us start with the numerical. So all of you please be ready to solve the numerical. Okay, I hope my PDF is visible to everyone. So now let us start with the numerical. So first what we will do, we'll just go through the numerical, and then afterwards you can make a note of that. So let me just read out the question. A pretensioned beam of rectangular cross section 150 mm wide and 300 mm deep is pre-stressed by 8 wires of 7 mm diameter located at 100 mm from the soffit of the beam. Okay, what do you mean by soffit? Soffit matlab bottom of the beam. Okay, if the wires are initially tensioned to a stress of 1100 Newton per mm square, calculate their stress at transfer and the effective stress after all the losses given the following data. So this is the data. Relaxation of steel is given to us 35 up to the time of transfer, and total is given. Okay, so there are two cases. Okay, relaxation of steel up to the time of transfer and the total beyond the time of transfer. So shrinkage of concrete again up to the time of transfer and total, and creep coefficient is given, and modulus of elasticity of steel and modulus of elasticity of concrete is given to us. So this is the question. I hope the question is clear. So what we have to find out: calculate stress at transfer and effective stress after all the losses. Okay, two things we have to find out. Now let us go through the solution. So this is the given data. So whenever in the question is given the particular cross section is given, always first draw the cross section. Okay, so always first draw the cross section, show the details whatever is given, and then proceed. So that is always a better practice. So I've just drawn the cross section 150 by 300, and it is also given that there are 8 wires of 7 mm which are placed 100 mm from the soffit of the beam, 100 mm from the bottom of the beam. So your eccentricity will become this: 350 minus 100, 300 minus 100. Sorry, total is 300. So half of this will become how much? 150. 150 minus 100 is nothing but 50. Okay, so I hope now what is the given data, let us just go through. So initial stress is given to us. So initial stress is denoted by Fi. It is given to us 1100. Modulus of elasticity of steel is given, concrete is given, and creep coefficient is given. Okay, phi, and modular ratio you can find out Es upon Ec. Now let us see what we have to find out. So we have to find out stress at transfer and effective stress after all losses. Okay, what do you mean by transfer stage and service stage? Okay, transfer stage means before the loading is applied, that is called as transfer stage, and once the loading is applied on the member, that is called as the service stage or the working stage. Okay, So now whenever you're finding out solving the problem for pre-stressed concrete, the first step is always to find out the section properties. Okay, the section dimensions are given, so always we will find out the section properties, the first step. So in that, what you have to find out? You have to find out area, moment of inertia, section modulus, and y. These four things you always have to find out. So we'll start with the first step, section properties. First, we'll find out the area, and then moment of inertia, BD cube by 12. Okay. Now let us find out the area of the wires. Okay, so the number of wires is given to us and the diameter is given. So 7 number of wires of 8 mm diameter. So area of wires is this much. Now we can find out the initial pre-stressing force. So initial stress is given to us, but we don't have the initial force. So how we'll find out? Stress is equal to force upon area. So initial pre-stressing force P naught, let us say that P naught is equal to stress into area of steel. So this will become initial pre-stressing force in the steel is 333.8 kilonewton. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone so far. Now let us find out stress in concrete at the level of steel. Okay, so this we will be required to find out the losses. Okay, so in one of the losses, you have this term FC we have seen in the theory lecture, that is stress in concrete at the level of steel. So this is given by the equation P by A plus P square by I. Okay, direct stress plus P square upon I. Okay, so you have to remember this equation. Stress in concrete at the level of steel is given by this equation. So P P is nothing but the force. Force we have calculated. So using that force, area also we have calculated, moment of inertia and eccentricity at the beginning we have calculated. So with this, you will get the value of stress in concrete at the level of steel. Now let us find out stresses at transfer. Okay, so in the question it is asked to find out the stresses at the transfer. So now let us find out the stresses at the transfer. Okay, so now first we will find out loss due to relaxation. Okay, so these are the stresses at the transfer stage we are finding out. So loss due to relaxation is 35. It is given in the question. Okay, transfer के लिए. Now let us find out shrinkage of concrete. Now loss due to shrinkage, we know it is given by the equation shrinkage strain into modulus of elasticity of steel. Okay, so in the question shrinkage strain is given to us. So that is the reason we will use this equation shrinkage strain, and modulus of elasticity of steel is given to us in 210 kilonewton per mm square. So we will have to convert that into Newton per mm square. So therefore, total loss is how much? This 35 plus 66. Okay, so loss due to elastic deformation also we have to find out. Okay, loss due to shrinkage we calculated, and loss due to elastic deformation is given by M into FC. So M we already calculated, ES upon EC, and FC also we have calculated. So now let us add all the losses. So total loss is 35 plus this plus this. So it is coming out to be 122. Now stress in steel at transfer is initial stress minus the losses. ठीक है, so stress in steel at transfer is given by जो total initial stress था minus the losses. ठीक है, so this is the effective stress. After you subtract the losses, then you'll get the effective stress. So it is coming out to be 977.3. ठीक है, तो question में क्या पूछा था? We have to find out the effective stress at transfer. So now similarly, we will find out the effective stress in steel after all the losses. So effective stress in steel after all the losses. So loss due to relaxation. ठीक है, this all the losses मतलब total loss. ठीक है, यहाँ पे देखो total जो दिया है. For two cases we have to find out. एक तो up to transfer के लिए और second case है total, right? So total के लिए relaxation of steel is 70, shrinkage concrete is given, and creep coefficient is also given. So in this case we will have to find out the loss due to creep also. Okay, so in the first case, we did not calculate the loss due to creep because the data was not given. Now loss due to relaxation kitna hai? 70. Loss due to shrinkage, same equation. Loss due to elastic deformation, m into fc. Now loss due to creep of concrete, the value of creep is given in the question, so phi into m into fc. Therefore total loss is summation of all these losses. Now stress in steel after all the losses is total initial stress minus the losses. So this is the effective stress in steel after all the losses. So that is what is asked in the question. Is this clear, everyone? Yes or no? Yes, am I audible?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So I hope this is clear to everyone. So now, shall we go for the next numerical, or you want to make a note of this? Okay, so what we'll do first, we'll go for the next numerical and then I will give you some time. Okay, so now let us look to the next numerical. So what does it say? A pre-stressed concrete pile 250 mm square contains 60 pre-tensioned wires, each of 2 mm diameter, uniformly distributed over the section. Okay, now the wires are initially tensioned on the pre-stressing bed with a force of 300 kilonewton. Okay, so force is given to us in the question. Next, calculate the final stresses in concrete and the percentage loss of stress in steel after all the losses, given the following data. Okay, so now first let us draw the figure. So here it is given a concrete pile of square section 250 and it is uniformly distributed with 60 wires of 2 mm dia, and the total force is given to us 300, and es and ec value is also given to us. Okay, so if at all, if es value is not given, then you can assume this. Okay, so ec value will be given to you. Now okay, again this value is given in the question, so I have written in the given format. Given the following, so what is given to us? Shortening due to creep is given. Okay, elastic shortening. Total shrinkage is given to us. Relaxation of steel stress is given, 5% of the initial stress. Pre-stressing force is given, and area of steel is also directly given to us. Okay, so this is the given data as per the question. Now let us see what we have to find out. We have to find out the final stress in concrete and the losses in steel. Okay, so these two things we have to find out. So now let us start. Now area of steel is given to us. So with this, force is also given to us. Can we find out the initial stress? Yes, we can find out the initial stress. Force upon area. So we got the initial stress Fi. Now similarly, modular ratio Es and Ec is given to us. So we got the modular ratio. Now, now stress in concrete at the level of steel. Okay, stress in concrete at the level of steel is given by P by A plus P square upon I. But in this case, we don't have any eccentricity as it is uniformly distributed throughout the section, right? So here you can see it is uniformly distributed. So the second term will not be there. So only stress in concrete at the level of steel is given by direct stress P by A. Okay. So if eccentricity is given to you in the question, in that case, you will use the formula which we have used in the previous problem. So FC, that is stress in concrete at the level of steel, is given by only P by A. Now let us find out the losses of stress. Now loss due to creep of concrete. is given by creep coefficient into FC into ES. This is given to us in the question. Similarly, whatever data is given, so you will find out the losses accordingly. So first we will find out the loss due to creep, then loss due to shrinkage, then loss due to relaxation. Okay. And this we will find out loss due to elastic deformation. Now loss due to shrinkage, same equation, because this data is given to us in the question. And loss due to relaxation, how to find out? This is given in the question as 5% of the initial stress. So initial stress we have calculated, it is 1591.5. So 5% of that is this much. And then loss due to elastic deformation is M into FC. FC also we have calculated. So therefore total losses is the summation of all these losses, which comes out to be 183.31. So what is the effective pre-stress? We have to reduce the losses. So initial जो stress था उसमें से losses if you subtract, you will get the effective pre-stress. मतलब इतना ही pre-stress actually tendons में है, बाकी सब losses में चला गया. So therefore effective force after the losses we have to find out. Okay, so that is what is asked in the question also. Okay, final stress and percentage loss. So now let us find out effective force. So effective pre-stress into area. So this is the actual effective force. Okay. So once you got the effective force, then final stress in concrete. Okay. So final stresses in concrete is given by effective force upon the cross-sectional area. So this final stress in concrete is 4.25. And the percentage loss of stress in steel is given by loss upon initial stress. ठीक है, so percentage you can find out जितना loss हुआ initial कितना है multiply by 100. So this is the percentage loss. Yes, I hope this is clear to everyone. Is this clear? ठीक है. ठीक है, so losses problems are pretty much simple. Just you have to remember the equations as per the given data. Just you have to calculate the losses. That's it. ठीक है, so just remember जो loss due to elastic deformation, it will be there by default. And apart from that, whatever data is given, you have to find out the losses. ठीक है, so now one more numerical we will see. ठीक है, so this is a typical numerical what we are going to see now. ठीक है, this was just to make you understand the basic concept of losses. ठीक है, one typical problem we will take and then I will give you time. Okay, so let us just go through one typical problem. Of losses. ठीक है, so this is some one of the typical problems that might be asked in the examination. So let us go through the question first. So a pre-stressed concrete beam 200 mm wide and 300 mm deep is pre-stressed with wires. ठीक है, उसका एरिया दिया है, located at a constant eccentricity of 50 mm and carrying an initial stress of 1000. eccentricity दिया है और initial stress भी दिया है. The span of the beam is 10 meters. Calculate the percentage loss of stress in wires if the beam is pre-tensioned and if the beam is post-tensioned. ठीक है, so now you have to remember pre-tensioned and post-tensioned में which of the losses are included and which are not included. Okay, so this is one of the typical problem using the following data. ES is given, EC is given, relaxation is given 5%, shrinkage of concrete pre-tension के tension के लिए अलग है and post tension के लिए it is different. Creep coefficient is given, slip is given, and K. What is this? Frictional coefficient for wave effect. We have seen in the theory lecture. This is nothing but your value of K. Okay, so now let us go through the solution. So the cross-sectional dimensions are 200 by 300. Eccentricity is already given to us. Area of steel is given. Initial stress is given. Span is given. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the losses of stress in steel when the beam is pre-tensioned and when the beam is post-tensioned. So first we'll find out the section properties. So area is given. Okay, area we have calculated. Then moment of inertia, BD cube by 12. Then modular ratio. Now since initial stress दिया है और area दिया है, so we will find out the pre-stressing force which is given by stress into area. Now again we'll find out the stress in concrete at the level of steel. Okay, so this we always require to find out the elastic shortening loss due to elastic shortening. Then FC P by A plus P square upon I. So this is nothing but 7.11. So once we get all the terms, okay, these are the required terms so that we can find out the losses. So first we'll find out that. After this, what you can do when such type of question is asked, so you can solve this in a tabular manner. So losses of stress, what I've done, so I have prepared a table. So these losses are for pre-tensioned and this is for post-tensioned. So you will understand which losses to be considered in pre-tension and which not to be considered in pre-tension. Okay, so first we will start with elastic deformation of concrete. So this is given by M into FC. So remember one thing, loss due to elastic deformation is only considered in pre-tensioned. It is not considered in post-tensioned beam. Okay. So M into FC, M also we have calculated and FC also we have calculated. So we got the first value. Now loss due to shrinkage. Okay, shrinkage value for pre-tension it is 300 and post-tension it is 200. So the values are separately given to us in the question. So we calculated the values. Then loss due to creep. Again, this is given by 5 into M into FC. Since the value of phi is given to us in the question, we have calculated the loss due to creep. Next, loss due to slip at the anchorage. Okay, so remember this loss due to slip at the anchorage is only considered in post-tensioned members and not in pre-tensioned members. So this again, okay, so slip at the anchorage it is given 1 mm. So this is given to us in the question. So therefore, slip at the anchorage is 1 mm, ES is given to us and span is also given to us. So we got the loss due to slip at the anchorage and then loss due to relaxation of steel stress. So loss due to relaxation of steel stress, 5% of the initial stress. So this is same for both the cases. Now loss due to friction, one more thing you have to remember, loss due to friction we will consider only in post-tensioned beam and not in pre-tensioned beam. Okay, so from this table you can clearly see that only in pre-tensioned members, loss due to slip at the anchorage and loss due to friction is not considered, and in post-tensioned members, elastic deformation is not considered. Okay, so now let us find out the loss due to friction. So since the value of K is given to us, we can directly use this equation Fi into K into L. So we got the value of loss due to friction also. So therefore, total loss of stress for pre-tension, you can just do the summation, add all these losses, then you will get the total loss of stress. Similarly, for post-tension beam, if you add all the losses, you will get the losses in the post tension beam. Okay, so from this here we can clearly see that the losses in post tension is less as compared to the losses in pre-tension. Now the percentage loss of stress is asked in the question. So what is asked in the question? It is asked to find out the percentage loss of stress for both the condition, pre-tension and post-tension. So now let us find out the percentage. So percentage क्या है? Total loss upon initial stress into 100, and again this is total loss upon initial stress. So this is 22.39 percentage and this is 19.63 percentage. So this is one of the typical problems which is normally asked in the examination to find out the percentage of losses in pre-tension member and post-tension member. Is this clear, everyone? If anyone has any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, is this clear to everyone? Okay. Yes, what about others? Understood? Okay. Okay, so with this, we have completed the topic of losses in pre-stress. So these are the typical numericals. Okay. So if you solve these numericals, it is enough as far as the exams are concerned. And then the last topic is remaining in this module, that is analysis of beams at transfer and working stage. So in that we will have to find out the resultant stress in the section. So there are three methods in that: the stress method, the strength method, and the load balancing method. Okay, so we will see some numericals on that concept in the next lecture. So in this week we will complete the last module also of pre-stress concrete. Okay. Yes, if anyone has any doubt, they can ask me. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just upload this PDF on the Moodle account. So you can go through the PDF and make a note of this, because last 5 minutes are remaining in this session. So I will just upload the PDF on the Moodle account. You can go through the Moodle account. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So I'll also upload the PPT of the introduction of pre-stress concrete, which we have covered in the morning lecture. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. So I don't think anyone has any doubts in this. Okay, so basically I have kept 5 assignments. I think all of that is already uploaded on the Moodle account. The last assignment which I have uploaded was the earthquake assignment on earthquake module. And I will upload once we finish this one assignment on pre-stress. Okay, so these assignments actually you can this is useful for your preparation for the exam. Okay, so if you actually go through the assignment, if you solve, so it is better for you. Yes, for the fourth assignment that we have done hands-on session on the e-tabs, so that itself becomes your fourth assignment as well as the project. The hands-on session which we have done, so that is a part of the project G+3 structure as well as the assignment. As far as the assignments are concerned, I have given only 5. Okay, so it does not include the uh, comprehensive design of building module, because that will come under the report, that is the G+3 design. Okay, and one more thing, practice the reinforcement detailing which we have done in the class. So you can practice that on the drawing sheet also, because generally in the exam you will be given the drawing sheet to draw the reinforcement detailing. So that's what happens normally. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, correct. The assignments which I have given, and the reinforcement detailing in the drawing book. That's it.